Hello, hello, hello. What is up, everybody? Glad to see some folks here. See, we have a few watching. Kobe is in the comments already in the chat. What's up, dude? I've already kind of been talking to Kobe a little bit here. This is going to be an interesting stream because it's going to be a format that I've never really done before, but I thought it'd be fun. And that is a sort of reaction to the new Skillet Christmas song that seems to be making some waves for some reason. It's got some people kind of upset. It's got some people with some hot takes, and I thought it'd be cool to kind of just go over it and see what's the deal. So, before we get started, though, I do want to tell you the truth about this song, and I'm being 100% honest here. I refrained from listening to it so that I could do this video. I have not heard anything beyond a short clip, like a chopped out clip that Skillet posted. Sorry, that Skillet posted with regard to, just like a bit of the chorus and stuff. And I see it's O Come Emmanuel. I'm looking forward to checking it out because the thing is, like with this stuff, people get upset about taking a Christmas song and making it more rock oriented or a little bit more of an aggressive style. And some people really don't like that. I happen to enjoy most of the things that happen like that. One of my favorite renditions of a Christmas song is actually "Come Thou Long Expected Jesus" from Wolves at the Gate. This is pretty fun for me. Pardon me while I cleanse my palate here. One of the great things about having an office up at the church is that there's always tea in the fridge. So, got my tea here. Kind of get ready for this. But yeah, I've not heard anything of it other than just like a little hint that Skillet has posted. I've seen a video. I didn't watch the video, but I saw like the caption for it or whatever of John Cooper sort of explaining what the backlash, or talking about the backlash. Someone apparently called it demonic or something, which it's just fundy's gonna fun, I guess. But before I play the video, I want to say a couple of things that I think are important. My background. If any of you have followed me on any other social media platforms, first off, I want to say a couple of things. I made a live stream last week about deleting my ex account, and I still stand by all the things that I said in that stream. But at the same time, upon reflection, I've decided to keep that account open so that I could put it, use it to still do live streams and post podcast updates and things like that. And I'm just gonna not be active on it at this time. So I've left it open, but I'm not really there. I'm just kind of putting things there. So, but I want to share a couple of things. That being said, if you followed me on any social media or even here on YouTube, you've probably seen to some extent that I do enjoy metal and heavier music. I would not classify Skillet as metal, but definitely hard rock. Sorry. Having a rough day here with the voice, but I wouldn't classify Skillet as metal, but I have listened to Skillet before. I have the first album that I got from them is actually a really old one they put out called Alien Youth, which compared to some of the later ones wasn't that great. My favorite album is Comatose. That's the one album from Skillet I can say I can listen front to back and enjoy. but I'm not a huge like Skillet fanboy or anything. But I am a fan of John Cooper, and I'll tell you why. I grew up listening to all these Christian bands that my parents would allow me to get from the Christian bookstore that were rock or metal. And so many of them have fallen away. So many of them have renounced the faith, and it's really disheartening. And John Cooper, I don't agree with everything John Cooper says. I'm not saying that, but I admire John Cooper's tenacity to remain faithful to the gospel and Christian in the Christian faith. He has been, as far as the bands that were kind of there when I grew up, has been one of the most steady voices who is unashamed of the gospel. And so I appreciate that about him and about the rest of the band. So I wanted to check this song out and really get a feel for what's going on here. But before I do that, I see we got some more comments rolling in. So let me roll up here. We got Mitch. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Kobe already says he likes it. Spoiler alert. Layman, what's up, dude? Good to see you, man. Personal opinion, the style goes against the message of the song. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, and there's going to be a lot of opinions about this for sure. Kobe, I like Wolves at the Gate, the entire album. Yeah, yes, Wolves at the Gate, I really enjoy. Also, hello, haha. Hey, what's up, bro? Heck yes. Mitch says, if it was demonic, then they were under control. Yeah, that's the thing about that criticism. And again, I haven't listened to it yet. I'm about to play it. But that's just nonsense. Demonic is just nonsense. If you don't like it, as far as the style, or maybe you just don't like the way they're going about taking a Christmas song and making it more rocky, fine. But let's get out of here with the demonic nonsense. That's silly. Twice Born, good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. And Mitch also said same, so I'm assuming he likes it. Oh, yeah, and there, Layman, did you also listen to the version without the breakdown? I don't know which version I got on here, because I heard there's a couple of different ones. I'm assuming it's the original, but we'll see. Because it's not traditional, as a lady at church would say. Yeah, and Twice Born, here's the thing with that, right? Like, I understand that. Um, there's just kind of an interesting take that people have. I imagine that Skillet did not do this with the intention of, hey, you should do this rendition in your Sunday morning worship services. And that's the thing. Are we looking at this as artistic expression and not some sort of, hey, you should play it this way on Sunday mornings? I would imagine that's probably their their thing. Mitch said, I loved Comatose. Yes, for sure. For sure. Layman says, I did, Kobe, so he listened to the other version. Still not a fan, but to be honest, this song is very personal to me, so I'm a bit of a personal stickler for how it should sound. And that, brother, that's a good point. Music is so powerful, and songs are so powerful, and they can affect us as far as not wanting to hear it done in a certain way. So I totally get that criticism. That's I feel that way about certain songs that I would not want to hear in some strange style. Seeley, what's up, Seeley? Beautiful weirdos. Good to see you, Seeley. She also says, layman apologist, the guy who never sleeps. That seems to be true. That seems to be true. Twiceborn says, I used to listen to Paramore, and I prayed that God would give me something like that, and he introduced me to Skillet and Ledger. I don't know who Ledger is, but very cool. Very cool. All right, we got some more stuff rolling in here. I'm about to just go ahead and get started. Um, Ted, what's up, bro? Yo, avocado, good perspective. Avocado. It's a kiwi, bro. It's a kiwi. I do like avocados too. Uh, but, but good to see you, Ted. Thanks for hanging out, man. All right. So without any further ado, I'm going to jump into this other scene. It's going to start playing the song immediately. So it's just going to happen. So as soon as I click, it's going to start playing the song. I'm going to pause it a couple of times, I'm sure. I don't know how YouTube does with this fair use type stuff. We'll see, but I'm going to pause it and comment on it kind of as we go a little bit. So let's check it out. Let's do it. This is my first time actually seeing it front to back. So you're going to get a real reaction from me. Now, I've seen some reaction videos where people are like, and I'm not going to make the dumb faces. This will be genuine, so it may not be very entertaining. Honestly, it may just be me here just kind of, but I don't know. I can't control what my face will naturally do. So let's listen to the song.
Oh come, Emmanuel.
Sorry, I'm already pausing it, but it's like a hospital bed. That's interesting. So he's starting to sing this while next to a empty hospital bed. I wonder if there's any symbolism intended there.
And ransom captive Israel that mourns in lonely exile here until the Son of God appear. Oh, come thou root of Jesse free.
All right, I'm going to pause it there. So far, it's seeming to be pretty traditional at this point. Also, Layman put a deal here. Just so you know, bro, music automatically gets copyright strikes regardless of pauses because of record labels. You just have to contest it under fair use and make sure you say transformative content. Oh, thanks for the tip, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Didn't know that, but thank you. Hopefully it sounded okay out there for everyone. But yeah, so far, pretty traditional. We got the female vocal coming in here. So far, so good. I like it. I imagine it's going to get heavier, but so far, so good.
Thine own from Satan's tyranny, from depths of hell thy people save, and give them victory o'er the grave. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
God is with us, He's with us now. Oh, come, Emmanuel.
All right, sorry, I'm pausing it again, but like already there's an addition here, right? So there's kind of an added chorus, which I know how people feel about added choruses sometimes. They're just not big fans of that with traditional songs, and I totally understand why that would be a hindrance to some. That being said, her voice is absolutely beautiful. I mean, both of them sing really well, but yeah, she sings great. Got some electronic kind of things coming in here. Interesting. Let's get back to it.
Oh, come thou day spring, come and cheer our spirits by thine advent here. Disperse the gloomy clouds of night, and death's dark shadows put to flight. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel. Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to thee, O Israel.
Okay, I can see it's about to get heavy here, but just to be honest, like I can't. I don't know if I can show you. I got chills a little bit at that rise. Gosh, sounds beautiful. It sounds beautiful. I know it's probably about to get heavier. Things are about to change a little bit. So yeah, I'm gonna go back just a little bit though, because gosh, that part was absolutely gorgeous. Here we go. Oh, all right. I know there's more coming already. Like me personally, I stinking love it. But that's just me. Like that was sick. That breakdown. I want to hear it again. So no, I'm sorry if that offends some of you in the comments, but that was awesome. Is it not working for me? Oh, damn, I messed it up. No. Let me try and switch back on the scene and see if I can fix that. I'm sorry, guys. Totally messed it up. Let me see if this will do it. Yeah, okay. Where are we at? Like here? Sorry, I just want to hear this again. I dig it. I dig it. So groovy. Oh,
Oh, come, Emmanuel.
Okay. Back to the chorus there.
Oh come, Emmanuel,
Nice.
and ransom captive Israel.
Okay. Oh, better go back here before it starts playing again. Wow. All right. So first impressions, probably unsurprising by my reaction. I actually really dig this. I think this sounds really cool. Goodness, yeah. Wow. That I understand, especially for people who aren't used to heavier music, why this would be a turnoff. And I will say this: Skillet isn't what I would consider to be a metal band, but that breakdown part was certainly pulling from metal influence. It was pulling from like kind of a metalcore type thing. So yeah, I understand why some people would not like it, but I thought it was fire. It's definitely being added to my playlist. I like it. I like it a lot. That being said, the sort of additional chorus thing I could have done without, to be honest. Even though she sang really, really well, I could have done without it. But I understand how for some folks who aren't used to this, or maybe just in your mind, you can't really associate it with, a metal sound. I totally get that. Don't listen to "Come Thou Long Expected Jesus" from Wolves at the Gate if that is what bothers you, because yeah, I love that song as well. Their version. So I'm gonna come back up here and see what some of you guys are saying. So Twice Born, Ledger is in the band. Jen Ledger is head of. She's the drummer. Okay. So that's who that was singing. I haven't kept up with Skillet in a while. We got Tony. Hey, up Colton, watching over a late dinner in a Five Guys car park. Thanks for popping in, Tony. I'm glad you're able to catch some of it, man. And hope you're enjoying that Five Guys. That's some good stuff. True North. I know who this is. I recognize that logo. Gives me chills up my spine. Love this building. Yeah, it's really cool. I enjoyed it. Kobe said I still need that True North book. Yeah, I got a copy of it, man. It's good. It's helpful. True North said, if people think the moment coming is bad, wait until he returns in judgment. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I understand that. And by the way, True North, what Kobe's referencing is there's a book this brother has written called True North. You can get it on Amazon. I picked up a copy. And it's a really helpful book on just basic Christian doctrine. So check it out. I'm glad that John Cooper stopped wearing guy liner. I'm glad when anyone stops wearing guy liner, bro. Get rid of that stuff. Yeah. Layman apologist, it has not shown up yet. I'm not sure what that was referenced to. Maybe the copyright issue and stuff like that. Mitch, chugging, chung, chung, chung. Yes, yeah, definitely got that. Twice Born, absolute chills. Yeah, I felt them too, man. I felt them too. I like it. Here's Layman. Here's Take. And I know he's not a fan of this already, but when a song is performed outside the genre, the way it was shaped to work, the message shifts because the form and the meaning were built together. That's my only gripe with it. Otherwise, it's okay. Yeah, man. Like, I totally get that. that criticism. Like I know Layman, and I know he's not opposed to like heavy music or anything like that. So it's just sort of the meaningfulness of this song to you, bro. It sounds like, and the way the treatment of it just doesn't jive with you, and I understand that. Like, it's not going to be for everyone, for sure. Dirty, just like my sin. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Uh, Ben, what outrage? This is the first I heard of it. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's if you didn't know, if you're just now joining and you miss kind of watching the song, this song apparently has sparked some outrage. Some of it is going to be and when I say outrage, I'm talking about the people who are saying things like "this is demonic," "this is evil," or whatever. And not like layman's critique up here. I think is a more this is a more balanced critique. This is not someone who's saying, "Oh, it's just evil" or whatever. Like his critique is about how the song was written and what it was intended to convey, and he feels that the musical timbre just doesn't align with that well. So that's a fair critique. Tony said sounds better than Bethel. That's not a very high bar, but yes, that is true. That is true. Tucker says legit. I agree. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Here's Layman with some more context here. The intent behind O Come Emmanuel is longing. It is written as a mournful ache, the sound of people waiting in the dark for God to keep his promise. It's not meant to feel triumphant. You know, bro, that's an interesting take. I think I would push back a little bit, though, to be honest. I would push back, given especially the chorus, rejoice, rejoice. Emmanuel has come for thee, O Israel. I think that is a triumphant chorus, at least to my ears. It seems to be. And I do think the imagery and some of the things they used about light breaking through, and for the hospital bed imagery, I think like from sickness and death to life, kind of makes sense to me. And I think, you have this mournful spirit about it as well. But that's just my opinion, bro. Like, to me, I do think singing that chorus, the rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel has come to thee, O Israel, is a triumphant chorus that Christ has broken through. He was incarnate, but that's just my take. True North, I don't like heavy music. I don't like Skillet. I like Cooper. I like the original song, and I absolutely love this version. Okay, well, that's interesting. I do like heavy music. I am about Skillet. Like, it's not like they're my favorite band or anything, but I do appreciate some of their songs. I definitely like the original song. I definitely would not sing this version in church, as far as like, we don't do that sort of thing. We don't have like a crazy, rock band type situation going on, but I also like the song. Layman says it's meant to feel like a cry, a slow aching plea for Emmanuel to come to a world that knows its own exile. Yeah, there's definitely a part of it, for sure, for sure. And he said, that's my only gripe against it, as it alters the feel of the message. And I understand where you're coming from, bro. Like I said, I don't think I necessarily agree with it being completely somber, even though I understand what you're saying as far as the original arrangement is very much a minor key. The original intent in the arrangement was this minor key, somber sounding, longing feeling. I totally get that. But my opinion, I feel like they did capture that. That's just me, being the kind of musical guy I am and what I like. I feel like they captured the longing and the mourning and sadness along with the triumphalism that I do see in it, as far as the rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel has come, he's here, rejoice. But maybe that's just me. I don't know. This is where I'm taking it from. True North, the heavy break for me is still the indwelling sin and evil we have to put up with in this world. So it fits the theme of the song and longing. Yeah, yeah. I guess the feel. I can see how some would take that heaviness to maybe portray that. I and here's the thing. When it comes to heavy music, some people have differences of opinion about what heavy music conveys. Like if they hear someone screaming, sometimes all they hear is, "Oh, it's just screaming." There's no intent other than rage, and that's just not true, in my opinion. I think that there is different ways that using harsh vocals in a song can express different things. And in this song, the feeling I get out of it is kind of the breaking out of anguish into joy. It's kind of a transitional piece, is what I felt from listening to it. There certainly is a use of harsh vocals to express anger. And then if you get into some of the just heavier metal stuff, it's really just a style in and of itself that it's just, yeah, it gets a little complicated. But I can smell what you're stepping in. Is that a thing? I think I've heard before. Mitch says, I agree with you, but once the chorus hits, it's in the relative major, meaning Christ has come. Yeah, exactly. He's broken the shadows. That's kind of how I feel as well. Like, because you move out of that minor key to the major key of rejoice, rejoice. Tony says better than DC Tacky or the Snooze Boys too. Yeah, again, not a very high bar. Kobe says, I get the longing part of it, and that's why they were in the room with the hospital bed. Yeah, I think there's some of that too. I'm glad, by the way, I just want to say I'm glad Layman is here giving his take, because I didn't expect this to be, and I didn't want this to be a stream of just like everyone praising it. I figured I would like it, but I didn't know for sure. But I'm glad that Layman is here, kind of putting a perspective out there for us to think about, because that's not in my nature. I think to think too hard about a band like Skillet doing a song like this. I expected it to have a heavier tone to it at some point, but I appreciate what he's saying. He says, Mitchell, I get that, bro. I know Cooper's intent here and don't disagree. I just don't like that it changes the mournful longing. Yeah, I'd hear you. And along with Mitchell, I respect it. Put some respect on Layman's name. Yeah, true, Kobe. Unfortunately, I just can't get the shift out of my mind on this one. And again, what Layman said earlier, I think it makes sense. Whenever you have such an appreciation for a song that it connects with you in a certain way, and then you hear a rendition of it that you feel like has altered that in a way that is not for the better, in your opinion, it's not gonna hit with you right. So I totally get that. Mitch, I wouldn't want to listen to it in corporate worship setting, but more fitting for personal time. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. Like, I would blast this while we're putting up the Christmas tree, totally do that. Mitchell, my gripe with this song is that the build-up was kind of weak and the breakdown felt random. Also, I would like less auto-tune. Yeah, fair point. I actually, I mean, I'm gonna need to listen to it a couple more times, but I actually liked the build-up. I thought it was fire. I know, bro. I'm not trying to change your mind. Yeah, and you won't, and that's okay. That's not the purpose of this. Layman, Colton, your pushback is fair. The rejoicing part was intended to be a happy, joyful, almost angelic harmony of rejoicing. When I said triumphant, I I mean like the war cry Cooper lets out here. Oh, okay. Yeah, and see that's again, I didn't interpret it as a war cry. To me, following kind of the flow, it felt more like that sort of breaking point of anguish, if that makes sense. That's what it kind of felt like to me. Of just we've been singing gently and mournfully this sorrowful reality about how we're in lonely exile here until the Son of God appears, and then just that. To me, the screaming part felt like an anguish that went into a more triumphant rejoice. But that's just kind of how I emotionally connected with it, I guess. Listening to it a second time, I enjoyed it more from Mitch. Yeah. Twiceborn says, maybe it's because I've listened to nothing but CCM, but Skillet is my favorite band. It's great to know that I can still listen to rock, but with a Christian message. Yeah, fair enough, Twiceborn. And I think Skillet, like I said, I appreciate Cooper's tenacity to remain faithful to the gospel in all that he's doing, him and the rest of the band. So I like Skillet. Again, they're not my favorite band. I actually like music that is much, much heavier than this. That would maybe make some of you question my sanity. But that's just me. Can you smell what the Sultan is cooking? That's right. I am Sultan Yarbrough. Layman called me that in a stream, and it's never going away. Let's see. What is going on with my deal here? It's messing up. There we go. Tony said, my formative years listening to Christian music was Larry Norman, Petra, and Steve Taylor. Still prefer them. Favorite current stuff is Zach Williams and Big Daddy Weave. I've heard some of those. Petra is a classic. Yeah, I grew up with Petra in the home. My parents both liked Petra. So here's a good example, Colton. Imagine the most personal song you have written, and years later, someone like Elevation turns it into a Jesus is my boyfriend song. Not a 1-1 comparison, just to show. Yeah, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't want Elevation touching anything that I ever created. Not that they ever would. But yeah, I hear you. I hear you. How personal the song style change would bother you. Yeah. No, I get it, man. I get where you're coming from. Tony said, it's okay, but I don't love it. I feel, and that's the thing. Like this song, it sparked several different opinions, and I think it's going to hit home with some people. It's going to detest some people, and then you're going to have people like Tony who are like, meh, which is, that's music, right? Oh, Loftus, what's up, man? Just stopped in to comment bomb and say Theocracy did it better. Skillet be soft. Yeah. Loftus, Loftus likes that power metal, which I appreciate from time to time. Probably not as much as him, but Theocracy is pretty cool. So I gotta give that props. Yeah, and Mitch says true. I have to give Theocracy a shout out. Their rendition flowed better. I need to go listen to Theocracy's version because I didn't honestly know that they really did anything with this. So I need to check it out. Let's see, Seeley's. I grew up with classic rock. Yeah, okay. Despite being 38. Hey, that's fair. I grew up in the 90s, and so my mom listened to a lot of 90s stuff, but I definitely heard some of the more classic stuff as well. But my mom was a big Def Leppard fan, so I heard a lot of Def Leppard. I don't know if I don't think I'd call that necessarily classic rock, but fun fun rock and roll. Hope Family Bindery. I feel like if a lot of people on Twitter could hear what you listen to, they wouldn't question your sanity. They would probably question your salvation, or at least your sanctification. This is probably true. Yeah, I like and enjoy a lot of heavier music, much heavier than this, on all fronts. I'm going to, really quick, while y'all are paying attention, and while it says 55 people watching, you get 2 live streams this week. So I'm doing this one now, and I have one that I'm doing tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central with Sean, the Deepwater Puritan on X. That is his handle. But Sean, to discuss the topic of biblicism tomorrow night at 7 p.m. So you might want to catch that one. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fun time. I'm just going to ask Sean some questions and get his position, because I've seen him interact and talk about that topic. So anyway, just wanted to get that shout out in there. Join us tomorrow night. It's going to be a fun time. Mitch says true. Yeah, we question my salvation. It's not the first time that's happened. So, and yeah, True North agrees. Yeah, they all know that I am, I'm a little weird. I like to be screamed at. Twiceborn says, it's more CCM with a rock sound, but you should listen to Completely by Ledger. Okay, yeah, I'll check it out. She has a very nice voice. Layman says, exactly right, Colton. Music is, after all, personal taste. Yes, yeah. There's definitely things that I like that some people would just not care for at all. So that's definitely the boat that we are in. Seeley had Gen X parents. Same here. Yep, same here. Gen X parents. They have a whole Christmas medley. Are you talking about Theocracy still? Be interesting. Kobe, I'm trying to like heavier music, but some of it is a bit too much. I understand, Kobe. Kobe is my fellow rap music enjoyer as well. So I also like rap music, another genre that some people would definitely not care that I like. Some people would say it's not music, whatever you want to say. You cannot deny that some of the most awesome gospel messages, theological messages, are found among Christian rap people, for sure. Anyway, Layman, ooh, I love Deepwater Puritan. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting to chat with Sean. Y'all pray for him, because he's never done a live stream before, and I think he's a little nervous about how it works. But I think he's going to do great. I'm just looking forward to getting to chat with him in person. I think it's going to be cool. Well, in digital person, not person, but you know what I meant. Sean is the man. Yeah, he's a cool dude. I really appreciate that brother a lot. I like him. Tony says double meh. I don't know what he's double meh in about, but maybe Theocracy. I don't know. Yeah, that's Mitch is clarifying. It is Theocracy that has a whole Christmas medley. Yeah, okay. I'll have to check it out. I don't hate power metal. It's not my favorite, but I like it. Seeley says, why do you think I use beautiful weirdo as a term of endearment? Yes, yeah, totally. I could see that now. I could see that. It's not that you are weird. It's that Twitter can be insufferable and harsh. It can be. It can be. There are opinions. I enjoy things that other people do not enjoy, and some of those things other people would say that's not. You can't do that if you're a Christian. To which I would push back and just say this is silly. We really need to get our theology right with regard to the liberty of the conscience. God alone is Lord of the conscience. And if your conscience bothers you, about something you like, whether it be, if you listen to heavy metal and you're like, oh, I just don't feel right listening to this, don't listen to it. You shouldn't. But you can't bind the conscience of others if they are not in sin. In sin, there is the key word. It doesn't give us freedom to sin, but it does give us freedom to enjoy different kinds of music, to enjoy different hobbies that other people might not find enjoyable. So yeah, that's a whole other discussion for another time. Before I was saved, I listened to Bullet for My Valentine and Avenged Sevenfold. I love that metal sound, but the lyrics make me cringe now. Yeah, I've listened to both of those bands. Very mainstream metal type music, metalcore, that kind of thing. I liked the first album from Avenged Sevenfold, Waking the Fallen, but that's probably because it was like the heaviest one. Bullet for My Valentine, they only had like that one song that it was all over the radio, but not super into either one of those bands, but I can see the lyrics would make you cringe for sure. Tony said Theocracy. Yep, that's what you're talking about. And then he also said, dude, that's 1 a.m. here. I'm sorry, bro. Sean and I live in America and have jobs and things that, we can only do it at certain times. So that's the time that worked. Sorry, that's just what we got to do. Listen to The Return of the Calvinist by Christ-Centric. Interesting. Never heard of that, but I will see what you're on about there. Sean says, or not Sean, Tony says, Signum Regis 2. I don't know what any of that is. Is that a band that you're into, Tony? I don't know. Seeley says correction on things that are blatant yes or no. Yeah, leave alone on liberty things. Yeah, exactly. When there's genuine sin issues, then we need to deal with that. But if it's just a matter of like musical style or whatever, there's a long list of it. The conscience exists for a reason. God gave us a conscience. And if something bothers us, then we don't listen to it. And sometimes this has nothing to do with conscience. Sometimes it has everything to do with just pure taste. Like, I just don't care for how that sounds. For me, like dubstep, for example, I have no interest in that music, but a lot of people love it. So, it's just a part of the deal. I'll be in bed. I have to work on Saturday. I'm sorry, bro. But, yeah, you say here you got to be up at 4. But, yeah, you'll be able to catch it on the replay, bro, if you're interested. I think it's going to be a fun topic. Sean's a sharp guy, and I'm really looking forward to hearing what he has to say. I think it'll be worthwhile. Let's see. Tony, when they called it rap, they missed the C of the start. Oh, Tony, that hurts a little bit, man. Kobe and I both love rap, but again, musical preference, style. I know you might even say it's not music. That's fine, but I enjoy it. I like it. I'm betting if we see Colton Spotify, there's definitely a few Britney songs. Not so, brother. Not so. Unfortunately, I did early, like long time ago when I was a kid. But yeah, I don't think you would find any of that. You would find some softer music, to be sure. Or I don't really have a lot of pop songs that I'm into. But you would find like some Bon Iver, who I do really enjoy a lot. Probably my favorite of the modern, more popular secular artists is Bon Iver. Some K-pop. See, I know this K-pop thing is a trend right now. I don't even know what K-pop is. I've never listened to it. Assuming it's like Korean pop music. I have No clue. I've never heard it. I'm kind of scared to be honest. Celie says, I agree about the rap. I don't know if that means she likes it or doesn't like it. Don't like it, or country or hip hop. Okay. And see, that's my musical taste, I think, has gotten more, it's gotten more eclectic the older I've gotten. So I dig and like country music as well. I grew up around country music. I'm in Texas. As you know, my dad, genuine cowboy, real cowboy. And I grew up listening to country music, and I did not like it. I didn't really care for it. It was kind of maybe a more rebellious thing to some extent, because I say rebellious, but it's what my culture liked the most, and therefore I pushed against it. But as I've gotten older, I've really grown to appreciate country music, so I do like it, and I do listen to it. Really, not the I don't like the Nashville pop country stuff. I just don't care for that at all. But the kind of red dirt style, I'm into it. But that's just me. Twiceborn says, in fact, I used to listen to the song Beast and Harlot by Avenged Sevenfold a lot and loved it, but after I was saved, I thought, what is this demonic stuff? It's about exactly what you think. Yeah, I haven't even looked at those lyrics, bro. I don't have a clue. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Tony says, double meh was applied to you saying I was meh about Skillet. Oh, you're double meh. I gotcha. You're right there with me. Korean pop. That's right. I got it. It's correct. True North. By some people's logic, you could perform Snoop Dogg gangster rap reverently and softly, and they wouldn't condemn it because it doesn't sound evil, but of course they would never do that. Yeah, the timbre and, style goes a long way. I do think Snoop Dogg's lyrics would still put a lot of people off, rightfully so, but yeah, I get what you're saying. It's style preference sometimes. But it shows the flaw if you flip it. Yeah, that's the thing, man. So this new Skillet song, I personally enjoyed it. I will be listening to it again. I have a Christmas playlist that includes a lot of alternative sort of styles to Christmas songs. So, I have the Wolves at the Gate Christmas stuff. I have August Burns Red's Christmas album, Sleddon Hill, which is mostly instrumental, actually. It's really fun to listen to. But yeah, I enjoyed it, but I realize that's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. Let's see. Seeley, the twangy accent is what annoys me with so much country music. I like some country songs from some artists, but I'm not a fan of the genre overall. I hear you. Probably the least twangy band that I would put forth that I like, country band, is Turnpike Troubadours. They have some really cool sounding music, in my opinion. Just because you shouldn't use something in liturgy doesn't make it evil. Correct. Because there's a lot of things that I do and enjoy in this life that I would call a part of God's common grace, that I would not use in church service in the liturgy, would not, 100%. We demand a Colton Christmas song, which we will purchase. Oh, that's kind of you, bro. Yeah, I don't, with Christmas music, I've never I wouldn't want to write an original Christmas song, but I'm assuming some of the hymns I could put out copyright free. We'll see. I have several favorites. Come Thou Long Expected Jesus is one of my favorites. Also like O Holy Night. There's a few others that really stand out. But that could be fun. I appreciate it, man. But it's songs from like 20 years ago. You're talking about country music still, yeah. Uh, the Beast and the Harlot is about the dragon woman in the Book of Revelation. Yeah, I could have drawn that conclusion. I could have, yeah. Tony says Lecrae confuses me. He's supposed to be reformed, but has recorded the with NAR allied groups. And here, True North says Lecrae is woke. Um, I used to enjoy Lecrae, but he did kind of just go a different direction to where I don't really enjoy Lecrae anymore. As far as the rap stuff goes, uh, I really like. I'll list a few rap groups that I enjoy that you may like. As far as and they're all Christian because I don't really listen to any secular rap music. Just never really been a big thing for me. But I do like Shylin, and I know Shylin has been controversial with some of his stuff, but Shylin's lyrical theology albums are so good. I've enjoyed Shy. I do like Timothy Brindle. He's his one of his older albums called Killing Sin. Very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I like Beautiful Eulogy. They're another Christian rap trio. I think there's three of them. Very good. I've enjoyed Beautiful Eulogy a lot. So there's a few that I do like to just kind of throw out there. I have Fix My Eyes linked on my phone's home screen. Aw, thanks, Seely. That's kind of you. I'm glad that song has been helpful to some people. I really appreciate it. Lecrae is so sad. He used to be so solid. Grew up listening to him. Yeah, there was some kind of shift that happened with Lecrae, and I don't know all the details. I don't know what's gone on in his life. I know he still claims to be a Christian, which for that I'm thankful. I just haven't really kept up enough, to be honest. Secular band wise, love Hayseed Dixie bluegrass covers of AC/DC. That sounds interesting. And you've seen them about 8 times, you say. Wow, that's interesting, Tony. I can't say I've ever heard any of that. True North has some comment here. I don't know what it's referencing, so I'm not going to pull it up because I have no idea. Lecrae is very woke, Kobe says. Yeah, it seems to be the case nowadays. My favorite song of yours, actually. Thanks, Seely. That's very kind of you. Really appreciate that. He's completely non-Christian now, anti-church and stuff. I didn't know that. So Lecrae is like he's not Christian anymore. That's the first I've heard of it. Or does he still claim to be Christian, but doesn't like the church and is trying to be the Lonely Island kind of guy? I haven't kept up enough to know, bro. I have no idea. Kobe says I can put you on to some good Christian hip hop. I believe it, brother. I believe it. I'll have to hit you up for some new stuff, some more fresh stuff. Because honestly, the stuff I've been listening to has been the same stuff for a long time. Listening while I drive home. Oh, be safe, Tony. Be safe. I'm gonna cut it off here in just a minute. It's been going for a little over an hour. He's a Christian in the same way Joel Osteen is. Oh, okay. Interesting. I haven't, like I said, I haven't kept up enough with Lecrae to really know much about what's going on. Okay, here's Layman. He does a podcast, but he is definitely a deconstructionist. Okay, yeah, that tracks. I can see that. Yeah, that's sad to me. I didn't know, but I was never. I'll be honest. I listened to Lecrae, but I was never like super into Lecrae. I just liked a few of his songs. Honestly, I liked of those earlier days, the Reach Records guys. I liked Andy Mineo and Tadashi quite a bit more, but I haven't really been listening to them in a long time, so I don't even know what's up with either of them either. But that's just me. I know the Wrath and Grace stuff is pretty good from what I've heard, but I'm not. I'm not on the up and up. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it quits for today. Appreciate you joining the stream and checking out the new Skillet song with me. I'll close with a few closing thoughts. I understand why this song would make waves with some. At the same time, it doesn't surprise me or shock me at all because I've heard so many other Christmas songs that are much heavier even than this. But I do appreciate Layman's comments about how to him it just was kind of a miss, and I think that's a fair take, and I get it. You know, it doesn't. My biggest thing I would say, and I'm fairly certain Layman would agree with me on this. And if I'm wrong, brother, correct me. But I would say the song in and of itself, whether you like it or not, we should not look at the band Skillet or John Cooper and think these people are wicked. That's just silly. I don't think they're wicked at all. I think they have really stood where a lot of other bands like them have fallen, and I'm thankful for that. I personally enjoyed it, but I get it if you don't. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. So, yeah. I'm going to sign off now, my friends. Appreciate y'all joining me for the stream. I hope that you'll be able to join me tomorrow night at 7 to hang out with Sean. It's going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. Got a couple of... I'll play these... Put these last two little things up here. Twiceborn says, I don't know how people can live in isolation as a Christian. My isolation is unwanted and love these streams and fellowship. Yeah, bro. Yeah, we don't need to live in isolation as Christians. Anyone that thinks Skillet or Wicked are being foolish legalists over style. Yeah. See, I figured that would be you, bro. I figured you'd be in the same boat. And he said peace. So with his peace, bro, I'm going to also say that to... oh, wait, got a question here. Wait, is it on your channel or his? It's going to be on my YouTube channel, and it'll also be streaming over to X as well. If you didn't catch that, Layman, in the beginning, I decided to leave my X account open for the purpose of sending live streams and things for now. I left it open for that reason, so it'll be streaming on YouTube here on my channel and also on X if you want to catch it with Sean. So hope to see y'all there. Appreciate you guys. Hopefully see you tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.